So I threw it on wide. I'm gonna take a little bit more of a walk around the resort. How much longer do you think we need to wait?
4.
To go
Yes,
inside.
thinking it's a way
Okay,
to
okay. Gracie sprayed inside for mosquitoes. We noticed a couple when we got back. They said they sprayed this morning, but I mean, again, we're living in, you know. So I just went for a swim. It was really nice. Like, really nice. And I love the fountain. It's like really cool. As far as I know, that's the only other guy staying here, but I think he's out and about. I think yesterday, if I recall, I saw him swimming about 5-ish. But the other reason I wanted to walk around here is this is the kind of place that, oh, okay, so a couple things. This is definitely the kind of place that Gracie and I would stay if it wasn't even COVID, right? I also went for a swim out here just now, and just as I left the pool and walked back, the turtles stopped spitting. But when I was in that pool, I wanted to come out here, and I wanted to walk around this area because you can't really see it in the camera. Well, so this building up here, it's got 3 floors, and I believe 3, 4, let's see, each V is 1 room. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna go with 10. So there's 30 rooms there. And again, like I said, they have 200 in total. So none of those are open because they only opened up 20 rooms, which is basically on either side of this of the other pool with the fountain. They have 8, and then they have our 4. So there's the 20 rooms that are open. And I saw this when I was there, so I thought, hey, I'm gonna come and sit in this. I was thinking to myself, as an only child might, I'm like, man, I'm really gonna, I mean, the delta in experience is gonna be so significant from like today and what I'm experiencing now, what Gracie and I are experiencing now, quite frankly, what I've been experiencing since I started traveling in Thailand. Since, when did I start being able to? I think it was last May. Maybe not till June, I can't remember. But, I mean, just, you know, vacancies is what I was gonna say, but, you know, sometimes I'm the only person there. And then, you know, the blessing, of course, is that, you know, I can travel basically Sunday through Thursday when very few other people can. And, you know, because it's domestic tourism, right? It's not international tourism. I mean, international people come in and they vacation, you know, for a full week at minimum. But sometimes full week in one area, and then they'll move on, as I have done, as you may have as well. Right down the street from us, there's actually 2 of those cranes. And I think I mentioned to you guys in the last place when we were at the Naka, there were condominium complexes being built behind us. They had 2 cranes, and the job site was so quiet and the surroundings so quiet that you could hear the motors of the crane, and that is exactly the same case with this thing. And I just think that's so cool because I never have heard them before. And it makes complete sense that they would make the noise they're making because, of course, they're electric motors, right? Anyway, the engineer in me finds stuff like that kind of interesting, as well as maybe the geek or the little boy. Who knows? But, yeah, it's going to be different, right? And even Todd, I was talking with him yesterday, and a little bit today we were chatting, and he was saying how... well, first of all, he was like, look, I just want to, like, you know, go somewhere and check it out for 3 months and then move on to the next part. That part I totally get, regardless of whether there was COVID or not. But he was saying, you know, and shared an article with me how, you know, those folks from Germany came over into Phuket. And again, to be fair, only 16 of them ended up in Phuket. So I'm pretty sure a hell of a lot more than 16 people. I know there were more than 16 people on my plane that came into Phuket, our plane that came into Phuket. So But I suppose it was one of these, the infamous, it's the harbinger of more tourism, right? I mean, again, that's the trajectory that Thailand's going. They're not saying, oh, let's welcome less people over the next month. I get that. But, you know, to my point, he was like, well, you know, a lot of people are going to start coming in. I need to find out a plan, because once October comes, I think that was when he said, then a lot more people are going to come here. And yeah, maybe. But, you know, I mean, both of us have also traveled prior to COVID in Thailand. And, you know, when Gracie and I got here, I stamped in basically during high season. I stamped in November 19th of 2019, when the world was 105,000% normal. And we were just like, you know, this is the way it's going to be. And in fact, you know, back in November of 2019, everyone assumed that this is the way it will be. And then in November of 2020, there will be more. In November of 2021, there will be even more and more, you know. And we lived in Cha Am, and I can tell you that as long as, like, we were hanging out at the beach in Cha Am, basically between Sunday and Thursday, it was fantastic. We had, like, the whole place, we had a lot of it to ourselves. And that was like, you know, U.S. Thanksgiving. Well, Christmas Day, I sent you guys a video. Christmas Day, I went for a walk on the beach in Cha Am, and I guess it was a weekday, and it was empty. I was out there in the morning, and there was effectively no people there. Wednesdays, of course, you know, they rip all of the chairs out and they clean the beach. And then on, you know, on Fridays, it gets a little busier. Saturdays, it's very busy. A lot of Thais go down to Cha Am to, you know, vacation on the beach for the night, for the day, for the weekend. And, you know, it got busier, and we just stayed down our end of the beach. And honestly, it was very doable. So if and when Thailand gets back to the point where November 2019 is the norm, I would label that as living the dream still. Of course, if this resort all of a sudden tomorrow ended up at, you know, 85%, 65%, even 40% capacity of 200 rooms. I mean, when they're full here, that simply means that they are at 10% capacity. So I just noticed I think I was charging it, or I was downloading photos or whatever from the GoPro. So it's very hot actually right now. So I've just been talking for a little bit. I just wanted to check in with you guys from here. This is either video 2 or video 3, or maybe the end of video 1. This is the second part of video 1 from the Nayang Beach Resort. Oh, one final thing I did want to say. Everywhere I go here in Nayang, it is basically the beach, the closest beach to the airport, just south of the airport. In fact, this beach is in front of the airport, and that's the beach you sit at and you can watch the planes go over, come in and go out. And every sign here, not just like occasionally, every single sign is in English. And in fact, I'll walk over and, you know, they have the, I think, no, it's way over there, but I'll walk over here and show you, you know how they have pool rules, right? Like this is the time we open and that sort of thing. Okay, so now the last place we stayed, which was a Marriott, you know, as you might guess, because of where we are, it had information. Actually, you know what's funny is I saw this sign for pizza over there for 200 baht. And even if it's horrible, like a pepperoni pizza for 200 baht, that'd be kind of cool. Anyway, I'll see if, I don't think their restaurant's open here, but if it is, maybe. Anyway, you know, and of course they have the standard showers. But what I was gonna show you is this sign here. And this sign is really pretty much the example of all signs that I have seen in Nayang. Indeed, there is sometimes additionally, it's in Thai. But here's where we're at. But 100% in English and only in English. And that's pretty common. So with that, it's Mike from LiveMyAssOff.com saying, I hope you're living the dream. I hope you take advantage of what's going on right now. I know I got a buddy back in the United States, great guy that is really close friend who I really miss from San Diego, Tom. If you're watching this, aloha. And he and his family just went to Disney World and, you know, had the place to themselves, right? Because social distancing and that sort of thing, 30% capacity. So I'm sure that was great because there were no lines. And the lines at Disney properties can be quite disappointing. It removes the pleasure, I think, from the experience at a lot of Disney attractions. because of the popularity and, quite frankly, allowing too many people in. But, you know, I'm also pretty happy about it when I own Disney stock. I don't any longer, but, you know, back then I fully supported them overselling, right? But that's Mike's LiveMyAssOff.com saying, I hope you're living the dream, because if you're not living the dream, you're probably not taking advantage of this, and you probably did not take your family to Disney World and Epcot Center and had an amazing time just like Tom did, or potentially come to the Nanyang Beach Resort and Spa like Gracie and I, and for 700 baht, got a whole lot of this. I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.